It's the middle of March and we have snow again. There hasn't been too much snow this year, but for some reason, like every few weeks, it'll just dump. So I wasn't planning on filming this with snow, but here we are. Everything you just saw was filmed with the new NiSi Swift VND mist kit. Using variable NDs and a mist filter has been the secret to how I get cinematic vlogs. Ever since I started doing vlogs, I started carrying around a VND everywhere I go just because they're super versatile. And now it just got a whole lot easier with the NiSi Swift system. I'll get more into that later. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. I normally make videos about college and family life, so if you're into any of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I was looking into some new filters when the NiSi system caught my eye. So I reached out to NiSi and they were kind enough to give me a discount. So shout out to them, super grateful for that. The wind is crazy today. With that said, I'm still gonna give you my honest opinions on the set. Let's get into it. As a solo creator, one problem I run into is adjusting for various lighting. One moment I'm outside in the bright sun, and the next I'm indoors. If you're trying to go for a cinematic look and you want the right amount of motion blur, there's only so much that you can adjust before it starts looking a little bit off. Now, the only way to get the proper shutter speed and the right settings for a cinematic look is to have these. This is the Polar Pro Peter McKinnon variable ND mist filter. So basically what VNDs are just sunglasses for your lenses. They help control the light. And then this is a mist filter. So that helps give these highlights that bloomy effect. Basically anytime I'm outside, I'm always using a VND. This is what I've used up to this point and it's worked great. But there's just one problem. And to show you, we'll have to go inside. Whenever I go inside, this 2 to 5 VND ends up being too dark. Right now, in order to get this lighting, we're currently at 2500 ISO, which is not ideal. You want to keep it as low as possible. I've also got a light up here just to get my face properly lit up. What ends up happening is I gotta unscrew the filter, put the caps back on, put it somewhere safe, and then pop on this separate mist filter if I want the effect. Imagine doing this over and over as you switch scenes. It gets pretty annoying and sometimes time consuming. I've even missed a couple of shots while doing some weddings just because I had to switch filters. Definitely not ideal. That's where the NiSi Swift Filter Kit comes in. This kit covers every situation that I could run into as a solo content creator. The main piece is this 1 to 5 VND. Having the starting point be 1 stop on the Swift kit versus 2 stops on the Peter McKinnon is game changing. Basically at the lowest setting, this filter doesn't get as dark, meaning I can keep it on the camera and not have to take it off as often. This 1 to 5 just goes on like any other filter. You just take your lens, screw it on, just like this, you're all good to go. If 1 to 5 stops isn't enough for your light setting, you just go ahead and take this 4 stop fixed ND and press it on and boom. You now have a 5 to 9 stop VND. Then if you want to add a mist effect, do the same thing. You take the mist filter, place it on top of the filter, press down, and you're good to go. So pretty quick, no need to swap filters. You can stack as many as you want in any order. Just note that if you are using a wider lens, such as a 16 or 17 millimeter, you may get some vignetting, but that goes for any other filter on the market. So because the Swift system is a friction-based system, I was a little bit worried about them falling off, but as you can see, they're on there pretty tight. They take a good amount of force to take them off and press on. And even if you have it only like half, it's still gonna do a pretty good job. So, not too bad. NiSi also includes this adapter ring, which you can use to attach any of the filters to your lens without having the 1 to 5 VND installed. So the downside of having this adapter is that you have to unscrew this VND first, then you screw on the adapter, then you can place either the mist or the 4-stop ND filter on. So when I go into a brighter setting, gotta take that off, then screw back the 1 to 5. Which brings us back to the initial problem I had. Here's my suggestion. Instead of making the 1 to 5 stop a screw-on filter, make it like the rest of them. so you can just pop it on the adapter. You just screw on the adapter once and then just pop on whatever filters you need as you go. I just have a workaround for that. What I do is I just leave this 1 to 5 stop on, and then I'll just add more filters as I go, which is what they intended. Unless it gets really, really dark or I'm filming at night, then I would actually just swap it and then put on the adapter. In most cases, it's usually okay since this 1 to 5 doesn't get as dark. If I'm running and gunning and I don't have time to swap filters, I'll just bump up the ISO a little bit or increase the aperture to let in some more light. Maybe there's a reason why they didn't make the 1 to 5 a friction mount, but if NiSi found a way to make it possible, that would solve all my problems. One other thing that sets the NiSi Swift VND kit apart is that it has true color. Typically, VNDs have a tendency to create a slight color shift, and occasionally you might get like a faint X shape on your lens, but the Swift system, on the other hand, doesn't have that. The Peter McKinnon VND has a slight green color shift. On the other hand, the NiSi filters are spot on compared to the no filter look. This makes it so much easier to color grade. Now let's take a look at the mist. I don't have the Tiffin Black Pro Mist, so we'll use this KNF one instead. As you can see, these mist filters add a pretty significant amount of bloom, especially the NiSi one, which I have no problem with since that's kind of what I'm going for. As far as price goes, the NiSi Swift VND kit is priced according to the filter size, starting at $329 for the 67mm and $479 for the 95mm. Keep in mind this is the entire VND set and this case to carry it all. Get the size you need for your biggest lens, and then just use step-up rings for your smaller lenses. That way you only have to buy a filter once instead of having to buy one for each one of your lens sizes. Now, I've loved this Peter McKinnon VND set, but I gotta say, the ease of use of the NiSi Swift system combined with the true color, it's a no-brainer. Now, if I was to get this 2 to 5 Peter McKinnon VND plus the 6 to 9 and then a Tiffin 1/4 Black Pro Mist filter, it would cost about $600. If you're thinking about getting the Helix set, which is the magnetic version of those filters, it could cost about $800. Definitely not an easy buy, especially if you're a college student or brand new to creating. Having said that, don't get the wrong idea. NiSi did not cut any corners when it comes to creating this system. I really think that the NiSi Swift system is the best bang for your buck that you can get out there in the market today. Of course, there's room for improvement, but I feel the most comfortable taking this around vlogging than I have with any other system. No matter where you're at in your creative journey, definitely recommend checking NiSi out. So there you have it, the NiSi Swift VND Mist Kit. That's all I have for today. Make sure you drop a like in the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Then place